Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is ASAS channel for music producers, photographers, and so much more. Alright, here we are on another skin retouching tutorial. So let's get started. This is how I'm going to edit if I actually want to correct the skin tones or skin colors. Observe, take a look at the photo. Actually nothing has been done, so you can see it before and after. I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to zoom in. So look at our forehead or our face and compare it to down below where she drew this colored paint on her skin. The skin tones actually don't match. So this is how I'm going to do it to match these skin tones. If you're finding problem trying to match skin tones using Photoshop and other like Lightroom and the rest of, it's actually a great time to use Capture One. It's actually high time to use what? Capture One, just because I like using it. But you can use any other ones. The Photoshop can do it, but it's just a long process if I want to fix that with Photoshop. Okay, so now let's get started. I'm going to create a new empty layer, select the brush tool, and this is where I want to change. I want to make it look like this. So first of all, let's see where Capture One is going to select for us as I click this place to select with the brush tool. Now I've clicked. It's trying to make a selection for us. Now it has made a selection, so you can see the places that are selected. I'm going to go ahead and make some selection again somewhere like this place. I'm going to select and it's actually going to select it. So it has added these to our selection, so you can see over our face and over our hands. So perfect selection of where I want to select, so you can see. Now let's go. On this layer I'm going to rename it skin, match to CH, enter, and all the magic is going to be done in the color. And we'll go to color editor, go to skin tone. I'm going to pick this eyedropper tool. Where do you want the color to look like? Is it the forehead? In this case I want it to look like somewhere here, so I'm going to pick this, and you can see the skin color places is actually selected. I'm going to zoom out, and then this is where the magic happens on these 6 sliders. So increase the hue all the way up and see what happens. You can see that it actually match the color. See the before and then the after, so it actually matched the color. Now we're going to increase the lightness just a bit to match the lightness again, and I'm going to increase the saturation, which is the uniformity of the saturation. Is actually going to make the saturation of all the faces. If I take it all the way up, you see the effect. It's going to match all the skin saturation together, but that looks unnatural, so I'm going to bring it the way back. Now let's go to the highlight. We're coming back to the color tab, so I'm on the exposure tab, and I want to bring up the blacks just a bit and the shadows too just a bit. Okay, so now it actually looks great. We can take this one, restart, and then bring it all the way up. Take this one, bring it all the way up till we have something that matches this side. So let's keep increasing the shadows. Now we are good. Don't take it too far, but 70 looks good. If we take it all the way up, it's just going to be unnatural, so I'm going to bring it back. Sorry, let me take that away. Alright, so bring the shadows back or the same. Now it looks pretty okay, yeah, at 69. Okay, so let's go back to the color and where we match the color. Now we're going to increase these to blend the lightness all together and increase the saturation as well to uniformize the saturation. So this is where things get dramatic. For black skin, complete melanin skin, I take the hue on the amount to the back, which is the left side, and for light skin I take it to the right side. But I want to keep this chocolate color, so I might as well take it to the right. But if I take it to the left, it's going to give it this melanin kind of feel. So see what happens when you take it to the left. Let's take it to the extreme left, and let's take it to the extreme right. You can see that it's have this chocolate feel, and if you take it to the back, it just have this kind of dark purplish kind of feel. So, but I don't want that. I still want to maintain the chocolate feel of our skin, so I'm going to take it the way, not all the way up. In fact, let's just leave it for the now. I want to adjust that just a bit, so let's take it back to match the way it's actually looking on our face. So it's matching our face right now, and we'll do some, well, let's increase the saturation. And now let's create, the reason why I said we lift, let's take it back, is to match the skin tones. But I want to get the chocolate feel, so I'm going to create a new empty adjustment layer, and then I'm going to select the whole skin, and then make that adjustment so that it applies to all the skin. So now let's go back, let's click on the magic brush tool, and I'm going to select our full skin. Alright, so I've selected our full skin, and you can see that it's actually selected. The reason why I don't want to select this part is because I don't want to lose the highlights. I just want to keep it. And let's go back to our color and color editor, skin tones. Just going to click this eyedropper tool, and where do I want all the skin to look like? In this case, I'm going to choose the same place, which is this side, or we can actually sample area like this, and you can see it's just the same, just that this one is inner. So take this one and then increase it. Now we're going to go back, uniformity, bring this one all the way up, and it's going to create uniformity again on our skin. Let's take it all the way to 88, bring this one all the way up, increase the saturation, and then it's going to blend everything together. You can take up the lightness, but I believe I don't want to take that up. Now the saturation here, bring it up. If it's too much, you can actually decrease it, or let's just actually fix the hue first. So take the hue, I want the chocolate feel, and you can see that the chocolate skin feel, it's already there. Taking it backwards gives it this type, and I don't want that, so I want this one, this chocolate feel. Alright, so this looks amazing to me. And the saturation, you can bring it all the way up just a bit like that. Okay, so now final adjustment, new fill adjustment layer, and this one, let's name this one full skin blend, and then I'm going to name this one full adjustment, and I'm going to go to the exposure, and this time I want to increase the highlight of the full adjustment. I want to increase the white, so I just try to create contrast, and that's just that, just a little bit of the shadows, and we have that. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to open up the clarity. I'm going to increase the structure and just the way up to get more sharpness and not the clarity. I'm going to close that. Let's go to the contrast. You can use the contrast, or you can use the curves, but for the saturation, let's see, making it saturated just a bit, get the perfect skin. Alright, so I'm going to fix something in a bit. We can use the curves too, but if you feel like you already like the way it's looking, let's create a curve and bring it up right here, and then create another one and then bring it like right here. So that's actually too much. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down. It's too much, bring it up. Alright, so let's see how that looks even without the full adjustment, so you can see what's actually going on that. Okay. Alright, so let's just leave that alone. I removed it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is erase this part. Look at the hair. I want to erase the marks from that area. So it's M. You can see the marks is on our hair and our eyes. So I'm going to get it out of the way there. So like this. And then I'm going to remove it from the hair. I'm going to remove it from this hair. I'm going to remove it from our eyes. I'm going to remove it from our lips. So we can leave the rest, but if you want to remove it, you can actually take your time and do that. So M on the keyboard. So after that, I can also remove from, let's stick M, and that won't affect it that much. going to affect it that much. So just like that, and then we're done, we're through. So from this to this with some contrast and full adjustment. If you like the video, kindly hit the like button. If you feel like someone else needs to check this out, you can share. If you want to get notified whenever I post content, a new video or new tutorial, hit the notification buttons. If you are new to the channel and you actually like what we post on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Once again, this is Asa. So let's check the before and the after, so you can see the before and then the after. Alright, if you feel like the effect is actually too much compared to the before and after, you can actually get it to the place it is. So just trace it, which is this full skin blend, and you can decrease the opacity of that just like that, or you can actually go to where the saturation is in this case, which is the color tab, and then you can bring back the hue of that and then take it to the right this time around to blend it, so you can see what's actually going on with the photo. So I guess this time it's just like this. I think the saturation needs to come back. Yeah, so the saturation just too much. I'm gonna leave it up to get it to where it actually needs to be. Let's increase the hue and get this feel. Alright, that's too much. So I'm trying to not make it different from the original. So I think I like it just the way it is now. So this is before, and then this is after. This is before, and then this is after. So you can see, or if you feel the uniformity is too much, hue is too much, so we can bring it back. And all these we're doing so it won't be different. Now the way it is different is because it's actually, this place actually dark, so you feel it's different. Alright, so this is how I'm gonna edit that, and I can put on the last one, the skin blend. I guess we increase the saturation under this one, the exposure, if that is the case. So let's check the exposure. Nothing like that. You can bring back the saturation of that a little bit, and then let's see. Alright, so how to know if it's correct is check this part and check the upper part. You know that, yeah, there's a great difference, and boom. So this is where we're going to stop. So thank you guys, see you in our next video. Thank you for watching, stay tuned.